Happy Facebook Live Wednesday, guys. Today is my 92nd consecutive Facebook Live Wednesday. Hard to believe that I've started this 92 weeks ago. So anyway, we have a special guest today for my Facebook Live because we will be talking to Deslynn Jaquias, who has been so instrumental in what I have been doing with my new career path. I'm going to be popping in soon, exciting news for 2022. Our paths have crossed, and I think they've crossed for a reason, right? Here she is. I think you're here.
I feel like I need a tan.
There. It's your light.
Yeah, is that okay? I feel like the light makes me like white. Like
No. Well, I look like orange or something. You see what we tend to focus on? I know. It's like, wait a minute, you compare yourself with other people, which is exactly what tranquility, our word for the year. It's like we have to stop comparing, stop trying to measure up, and be worthy exactly the way that we're meant to be, right? Authentic.
I agree.
So what I'd like to have you, well, introduce yourself, even though I know everyone that is anyone knows who you are.
Oh my goodness.
Who are you, Deslynn Jaquias?
Hi guys. So I'm Deslynn Jaquias. I'm on the island of Kauai. I'm born and raised. I am the owner of two brands, Healing with Aloha. I also have a podcast called Healing with Aloha. And I'm also the owner of Kauai Girl. So yeah, I have always had a passion for just really helping people because of the things that I've been through, the lived experiences I've had with loss of loved ones, and experiencing different types of toxic relationships growing up. I've been able to learn strategies and tools to help you to heal and to learn to let go, and therapy, so that I can show up and help other people to heal as I continue to heal. So yeah, nice to be here.
And can you share, like, how simple can, Jess, you said tools and strategies, we make it sound sometimes very like difficult and complex, but we were just talking about it earlier, that movement can be so simple and completed at a stoplight, or when you're sitting on the toilet, or when you're waiting in line.
Yeah,
Can you
so
share? Well, first of all, share what our January 29th event is going to be about, and then we can do an example of what movement is.
So we decided to start a workshop the last Saturday of every month, beginning on January 29th. It's called Tranquility Tips, Meditation, Affirmations, and Movement, because we felt like we can always talk about the issues, the challenges, the problems, or whatever you want to call it. But I think we need to move into the direction of giving people tools and strategies to be able to deal with that. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have an outlet. We had an interview earlier this morning that for people who were born like in the 70s or older, if we came from families that maybe were immigrant families, or you know what I mean, they were in survival mode. And so, our parents, our grandparents, they weren't exactly saying, hey, how do you feel? What's going on? And talk about grief, mental health, healing. What is that? And so I think now it's more talked about, that we need to be able to normalize discussing these topics and helping people to know how to navigate their emotions and feelings, because our parents and maybe our grandparents weren't given that ability to do it. And so we learn now, and like on social media, we're involved with other generations, the younger generation, and so they're talking about their feelings and emotions, and we're like, whoa, like it can seem overwhelming to us, but it's natural to them. And so we're learning with them about how to process. And so that's how we came about with this workshop, combining our efforts, because you've been doing meditation, I've been doing movement, dancing, music. We both value therapy, but like on a day-to-day, we don't always have that person to talk about what we're going through, but we can practice different things to help calm our mind and allow us to rest and be restored.
Definitely. Well, that's what I was thinking, that a lot of schools now, I noticed, one of my Moanalua middle school students shared that they did some meditations to start the class, and he was not having it. He's like, I don't know why we have to do this meditation, but just to introduce it. It does seem weird at first, or like, why is this going to help me, right? 30 seconds of movement or 30 seconds of deep breathing. But can you demonstrate for us, putting you on the spot here, just a simple like movement? You were saying that it doesn't have to be a full-on dance. You don't have to put your disco clothes on or your Zumba clothes on, right?
Yeah, so
you can
so my background, just so you guys know, is dancing. Like, I've been dancing since I was a little girl. My mom, oh, thank goodness, my mom supports me being her hyperactive child and sensitive child. So I was fortunate to take different forms, like 5 styles of dancing. And then I got into dance choreography when I was a freshman in high school, and then cheerleading. And so dance has always been with me. And then I taught hip hop on Oahu for the YWCA in Honolulu. And then here I taught Zumba. And so what I noticed is that people have a tendency to get scared when you say the word dance. It's like, like, I can't dance. Exactly. I have 2 left feet and whatnot. And I was telling Karen, it's like, it doesn't even have to be that technical, because some people can move their arms and some people they can't move their legs. You know what I mean? And so I was telling her, like, when you go in the car, because a lot of times you're in the car, like that is like the longest time you're if you're not at your workplace or sleeping or whatnot, you're in the car. So I said, turn on music that you enjoy. You turn your best music, and then you're driving, you can tap the steering wheel. You know what I mean? And then when you're at the stoplight, you can just dance. Like your upper body and just moving it and stuff like that. What it does is it sends the endorphins and it makes you happy. You know what I mean? I don't know about you, but sometimes when I feel stuck, like I'm feeling emotional because things happen, and that one song on the radio, or like a song it like makes you feel emotional. And so a lot of times we catch ourselves, we go, I'm not gonna cry. You know what I mean? But moving into letting yourself flow naturally is healthy for you. And so I utilize music for movement. It's not necessarily doing like the full on, like when people think about TikTok, they think, oh my gosh, you got to be able to dance and whatnot. But it could just be tapping your feet. It could just be like tapping your hand on your leg, clapping, or just just
move your shoulders. Yeah, move your
but
neck.
like, yeah, little movement goes a long way, because sometimes we get so stressed out. And so when you go and you move, you're telling your body different from like, okay, right now it sucks, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna make the best of it.
And it's amazing how magical that just, like I said, 30 seconds of movement. Yeah, Deslynn and I had to start the radio show that we were on at 5:45 a.m. And then we were just thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to be with, 8 other like thought leaders, visionaries. And I don't know about you, but I started going into that. Here we are. I'm in the Milani. I'm going to be talking about self-care and I was telling Deslynn, how do I access tranquility? So me and the Bee Gees, I did How Deep Is Your Love? And it's amazing. People laugh at it, but it just calmed me down. I looked at the time, 30 seconds. And all of a sudden I was like,
can you see me? Am I okay? Is it okay? Oh, no, yeah, like, because that's like your favorite band. But like, yeah, like just even connecting yourself to like your favorite music from long time ago, like
long time ago,
like growing up, because how the kids say nowadays our clothes is vintage. I'm like, but
whatever. But it's coming back. Frankie Valli's coming back. I mean, Elvis Presley has never gone away. We just watched Lilo and Stitch, and Elvis is on there. Like, it's amazing how he died when I was 13. I'm 57, and you still see movies. right, with his songs. So songs live on. I mean, when my mom was in the hospital, it was Sukiyaki, the singer passed away, and I just saw her eyes. She might not have been physically there, but something is going on
Yeah.
mentally. So
Yeah. They have
can
a
you
lot of
share?
studies
I
with music
mean,
therapy.
yes, definitely. And so they say, right, even when you're down to your last few days, you can still
Mm-hmm.
hear, right? You can still feel, even if you're in a coma or you're not physically present. So what can people expect on our every fourth Sunday tranquility workshop when it comes to movement?
So I'm gonna use some songs, and we're gonna like go over like different movements you guys can do. Uh, I really think that people sometimes they can feel shy about movement, and I want to break people's insecurity about it and to have fun. Uh, well, I remember interviewing someone, and I asked, she was in her 20s, and I was like, oh, what is your advice to us older people? Because I could be her mom. And she said just to have fun, because she feels that as people get older, they stop having fun. And the reason why she said that is because she's into anime and comic cons and comics and stuff like that. And she noticed that as she got older, that the adults stopped having fun. And I think I'm gonna have fun with you guys and teaching you guys some movement and explaining to you guys why you can do this and that, and incorporating different styles of music, because like I said, my background is hip hop and Latin music, but i'm I'm gonna dabble in other forms of genres, so we're gonna have
And
fun.
they don't have to have their cameras on. Remember, we know that in the beginning, if you don't want to, this is not going to be like your cameras must be
Yeah,
on
and you
kind
know
of
what,
thing.
I'm
You don't
probably
have to
gonna do
have
more
your cameras on.
modified, just because we're on Zoom and not like everybody's standing and dancing like we're in like a dance class and stuff like that, but it's just gonna be more fun and like mirroring,
Hmm.
because I think it's like your meditation, and affirmation. It's
Yes.
just guided, and then you'll be able to utilize it, or it'll inspire you to create your own movement at home.
Well, I think that's what we hope. We're guiding, and some, inspiration will pop up, and you might do a move that you've never even decided to do. And with the privacy in your room, right? You don't have to be in a class where you feel more self-conscious. I think that's the beauty of Zoom, right? You can, right, turn off your camera
Yes.
or not, have it on and just do whatever. I think with my meditations and affirmations, I'm learning even as young as 5. They'll tell me, Miss Karen, I got it wrong, but I told myself it's okay, right? It's okay, right? And it could be as simple as that when you're 5. Or my other 5-year-old say, can you say exhale? He thinks that word is funny. Inhale, exhale, and he starts giggling. And then that's when you realize, okay, but you learn from the youth. And I think that's what you and I were inspired to do. There's just too much chaos, too much stress, too many shoulds. And we decided to start, right? Our Facebook group. Can you share a little bit about this brand new group that we just started?
Yeah, so because we're going to be doing the workshops every month, we felt that we should create a Facebook group that people can go in and out, so we can engage, because we wanted it to be more interactive. It's not about me and Karen. We wanted people to be able to share wisdom, to share memes, to share music that inspires you, um, to also just give people a platform where they can feel like a safe place to call home, you know um between like being adults and being parents or grandparents, or just going to work, providing for our families, or if you're single, um you just need some place where you can go and not feel judged and feel like you can
Mm-hmm.
contribute. And so that's why the group is called Tranquility, um healing
Mm-hmm.
healing by letting go with aloha. And so my brand is Healing with Aloha. I didn't know Karen when I decided to do this, and then I met her. It's been, gosh, almost 2 years this year. But hers is Letting Go with Aloha, and so we thought, well, definitely we can heal, and healing, it's an ongoing process to the day you die, because things keep popping up, right? You're gonna go through difficult times. And so we felt that learning to let go, and part of the letting go is teaching people that to not be fearful of your emotions and your feelings, and so
Definitely.
the group it's more about all of us supporting each other in a safe place, and just feeling encouraged and feeling empowered that no matter what we're going through, that we can go here and know that there's other people who care and are willing to just listen and laugh. We like to laugh, um and
Definitely.
just encourage one another, and so it's more
Yeah, I
interactive.
think it's a place of encouragement, right? And we were talking earlier about how we want anyone to just feel they need. Maybe you don't want to share, but you can personal message us. Maybe you're going through something and you just have no idea how to handle it. That's what this group is for. It's not like you should do this, but it's
No.
guiding, right? Sometimes self-reflection, and you might just be inspired. I think when you're connected, right, to your soul, you have the answers within you.
Everybody.
But we let all of this monkey mind and, oh my gosh, what if I do and this happens, and what if I do that and this happens? And that's where Deslynn and I have always leaned on each other, right? And you remind me, no, Karen, the sky is not falling. But I felt something. I think it is falling, and it's truly having support.
I just think that sometimes we just need a place where it's normal to talk about what we're going through. It's normal to talk about grief, mental health, healing. I think we just need to create that space, because sometimes we can get discouraged and feel like nobody cares, nobody knows, or if they knew, they wouldn't like me and whatnot. And that's not true. It's our own fears. And so me and Karen, we really want to overcome fear. And just understanding last year, what I learned is that on the other side of fear, it's really love. We, in essence, guys, we don't even have to prove anything to anybody. Growing up, sometimes we want approval from our parents or grandparents or whoever's, but whether or not you achieve your goals and dreams, you are always important, and you're always valuable and worthy of love. It's not because of the accolades and everything you accomplish, but we can feel that way in society. And so I think that's why, even more so, we wanted to lean into tranquility tips to just let people know, hey, these are just things you can consider, because you're gonna go through good times. And like you and I both lost our parents. I lost my dad, and then your mom just recently passed. And it's part of life, the circle of life. We're all gonna pass away, and so we just wanted to creatively incorporate things that is part of life. So
yeah, I'm so glad that our paths crossed because of someone in Sweden, of all places, because we were doing an online, we thought we were going to do an online course, but now we're doing, other adventures together. I finally met Deslynn in person this past summer, and I have a really good feeling. We already, just in a couple of days, right, we had people just join the group, and
it's fun.
It's going to be, it's going to be a lot of fun.
I have a question for you. Tell everybody.
Okay.
What it was like when I asked you, hey, why don't, because so Karen's really good. I taught her how to utilize Instagram, because she was already on Instagram, but like how to go live or upload a video and whatnot. So I was like, I had another idea, and Karen was like, oh no. I was like, Karen, why don't you
not doing it.
Why don't you go on TikTok? Because she already had last year she did her 100 parenting tips. No, the year before that, right? I lied. The year before that, and then you published your book last March.
Right.
Yeah. So initially, when we first met, I was like, hey, why don't you do like some parenting tips? Thinking it's gonna be like 2 weeks work. She was like, high achiever, gold star. She does 100.
I was like, I'll try 2 weeks, but I don't know, Des. I don't know, what am I going to come up with? And you made me not made me. I was inspired to do that running. You're not alone, guys. I don't know, the 7 to 10 takes. My daughter's filming me. Dogs are being walked. And then I did the first one, which was so scary. Parenting tip number 1. And then I just looked at my memories a couple days ago, and it's parenting tip number 97. And I just laughed that I actually did what you suggested 100 times.
No, I mean, so I guys, I go live on Instagram. My healing with Aloha, and Karen, she posts all the time, and there was a time when I took a break, you know, because I think it's important if you need a break for your family, your wellness, or whatnot, do what you gotta do. And so I took a break for like a couple of months, and Karen's just going posting. I was like cracking up. I was like, you know, that really inspires me, because from somebody who's super shy to all of a sudden she's posting. So then I was like, hey Karen, you know, did you ever think about doing TikTok? And she's like, TikTok? And then she got all scared, and I was like, no, it's fun, because she already had her book. So to me, it would make sense for her to transition to TikTok, because she already had her book. And so we did it together. I was live on on Instagram with her private.
Yeah, because I wanted to say, I'll do it later, Deslynn. I'll do it later. You're like, no, you're doing it now.
And then so she did her first TikTok, and it was to Madonna, like a virgin.
Yeah, I don't know. You're like, pick a singer, Madonna. Pick a song, like a virgin. And I thought, no, I don't want to do that. Nope, too late. You said the song, you said the singer.
But my question to you is, how is it? How are you now that?
Oh my gosh, it is life changing, because like you know me, I can be in a funk, or I can be really filled with anger, and it is, I don't know if it's an addiction. It's a healthy addiction. No calories, right? No sugar. And you either create a 10-second TikTok, or you watch a cute little dog dancing, or, you know, doing something, and your mood just magically lifts. So not only did Deslynn inspire me to do 100 Instagram lives for each tip, 100 Facebook lives for each tip, I decided, why not do 100 TikToks? And I decided for 2022, I'm doing 30. Today, I just recorded 16, and I'm thinking, is this a new addiction? Like, you know what? It is something that makes me happy, and something that doesn't take much time. Yeah. It's not like, oh, I have to watch a 1-hour show, yeah, or I need to, you know, collaborate with a team of people. It's literally 16 seconds. I mean, I did it while walking. I was about to walk my dogs, and I said, you know what? I'm outdoors. Sit. And then I did my parenting tip number 16. Okay, let's start our day.
Well,
you know,
remember we were talking about how the age of the people on TikTok.
Yeah,
it's a variety.
Wide.
I mean, I follow people like in their 80s or 90s years old. You know what I mean?
Oh, and now they're doing dances, right? They have their grandchild next to the
grandparent,
right? The grandparent, and then the grandparent is doing kind of right. They're imitating, but I don't know if you saw the latest one. He was maybe about 12 or 13, and the guy is next to him, and instead of doing the dance move, he passes gas.
Ah, no,
and then they're
I
like,
see that one.
And, yeah, and the face is like, and it's literally 10 seconds, and it has like, I don't know, 1.2 million, and you're thinking that was, I don't know if it was planned, but that if you're stressed, you will immediately just magically crack up, and then your stress is, oh, what was I stressed about?
Yeah,
it's amazing how simple you can access tranquility.
TikTok, initially started with teenagers, and then it transcended, especially during the pandemic. People started migrating. So some people migrated from Facebook to Instagram, from Instagram to Facebook, and then there's people on LinkedIn. But what they found was, like, on TikTok, it's not just dancing anymore. Like, people go on there to promote their businesses. They go on there to do inspiration, talk about tough issues like mental health, grief, and whatnot. And so people found like great communities on there that they can you know, connect to people, and you can leave yourself on private, so you can follow people but never reveal who you are. And so it's a great place. One of my family members, she goes there, and she learns how to cook, because
I was gonna say, we've tried so many short, very easy recipes. Or like, you know what, you can buy this and then modify it and turn it into this, and then you can take your backpack and turn it into you know, these little quick tips, and you think, wow, who would have thought that? It's like mini inventions.
Yeah.
And it could be a 12-year-old who said, hey, you know what, I just discovered that. And you think, inventions that they're on TikTok, and then you learn.
People just feel that the TikTok, you can be a little bit more realistic. They feel like certain platforms, they feel like they have to be more put together. You know what I mean? Like they have to look a certain type of way. But on
Yeah.
TikTok, no matter what age, people can just be raw, real, and that's what they appreciate about being on that platform. And it's just a leveled ground for everybody, you know. And so, yeah, like so, I highly encourage you, if you have children or people in there, and you're like, oh my gosh, if you like to cook, if you have a certain person you enjoy watching, check them out. They might be on there, and it's just a faster consumption. So you're not like watching like a full hour. Maybe you could just watch like 1 to 3 minutes, and it's really cool.
Or sometimes even 15 seconds, 30 seconds. I mean, we are into Dotsons. You just find, like you said, like-minded groups. You like pandas, or if you like K-pop, or you like, you know, tacos or spaghetti,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, it can be addicting, but it can be informational,
Yeah.
and it can be entertaining in under 30 seconds. Talk about, you know, way to access tranquility, because you could even see a sunset in Brazil, or you can
Yeah.
see it snowing in Tokyo. You know, you
I
can
follow
literally
a lot
travel
that
the
do a lot of
world.
quotes, and they just talk about healing, and yeah, there's just so many like options. And so I wanted you to share, because I know you're new to the platform, and so if Karen can do it, you can too. No.
If I can be a floating marshmallow in hot chocolate,
Oh,
or
Karen
a
can
hedgehog,
too.
or yeah, corn on the cob, it is, you definitely know the word innovative, and just entertaining, and just releasing stress. I know Destin is like, where'd you get that one? I don't know, I just came across it.
You the one thing I like in the short time that we've been friends is like the art of crying and then laughing.
Oh gosh, I've mastered that.
Like, because you know, like growing up, for some of us, we're told like don't cry, right? And so then like now we're adults, and like we want to cry, but I'm not gonna cry. I'm not. And then I just tell Karen, like, just cry, just let it
Yeah,
go.
cry. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna cry. Go cry. And I'm thinking, oh, okay.
Okay.
And then within what, 20 seconds, I turn from laughing to crying.
Yeah.
It's almost like, am I psychotic? No, I just needed to
Then
cry for,
yeah,
you know, yeah,
let it go.
30
It's
seconds,
healthy. You're
and
not
then
hurting nobody.
and that's part of healing, isn't it? Like releasing, accepting, releasing, and then no judgment. And before you know it, all is right with the world.
Yeah,
Because everything is temporary.
and so that's why we wanted to do the workshop. We're always on Instagram and TikTok right now, Karen and I, and then we do have YouTube. We're all on YouTube, but we felt like to do a workshop, it would allow people more up close and personal engagement, and you would know when we'd be on together, and then you can invite your friends and family, so that you can be with us, and then, you know, be in the group, and you can engage with us in there. And we just want people to feel loved and feel encouraged, and to know that your feelings are valid, and that there's hope in connecting. Can you explain to them real quick what about the inner child?
Oh yes, I have actually inner child healing cards, but in a short, let's say a TikTok thing, it would be your inner child is the part of you that might have been wounded, and that leads you to some struggles. If you're struggling right now, it has to do with something that happened in your childhood. So your inner child is very enlightening, because it tells you, you know, like what is going on, and this is what we're all about. This workshop will be what is your inner child? How do you access it? And most of all, how do you heal? Because we cannot move forward. I mean, you can do as much research, right? You can read a lot, but if those wounds aren't healed, how can we move forward, right?
Yeah. And it's just making that inner child within you feel safe to be free and to be yourself. And you know, when we were born, you know, it was natural for us to be happy and to be joyful and to enjoy life. And then over time, you know, people who were there in our lives, they did the best that they could, without realizing they helped us to formulate how we view life and ourselves. And so as you get older, you got to see, I keep saying I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy, or, you know, I can't do this and whatnot. It's like, okay, what what influenced you, and then okay, it's not about blaming, it's about being aware, and then making decisions to unlock what makes you feel stuck. And so that's why we
Oh, I love that. Unlock. Well, because there are heartbreaks, people have had work conflicts. It's the external stuff that happens that you don't realize that if it's happening within, because we have pandemic, we couldn't have predicted it. Maybe, you know, loss of job, loss of loved ones, or even conflicts, personal, professional, family. It
Mhm.
happens, right? So how do we tell ourselves that we're good enough if we're blaming ourselves for causing it, or maybe we just don't know how to handle it, so the pain is just kind of like festers in there.
Yeah, no, totally. And I think that's why, Karen and I were fortunate to have had experience working with youth. I learned a lot: prevention, intervention, and treatment. You learn a lot. And so we just wanted to tap into the inner part of us so that when we go through life, then we have something to fall back on to help us, go forward. And so for hers, it's meditation and affirmations. And like, I believe in affirmations also. And I think movement is really healthy: music, singing, dancing, art. um, that that is very valuable, and it's easily accessible. We wanted people to have tools that's easily accessible, that you don't have to go and buy something, but you can
Mm-hmm.
just create, that space at home, or like when you go out with your family and whatnot.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much. I know that you have a busy day ahead. I have some brains to build, and I really am excited to do this. It's just going to be in less than a couple weeks. I mean, I can't believe we're over halfway with January, right?
I know.
Crazy.
Like the year before, it's like felt like forever, and then this year
It
it's
did.
like,
It did.
can we pump the brakes just a little, just a
I
little.
know. We're already planning things in February. I'm like, February? Wait, it was just Christmas. Wasn't it just Christmas?
Yeah, guys, so definitely join our group. Karen can post it in here. We would love to have you. It's for men and women, of all ages, and we kind of have, like, we organize it so you can see what days you can post and to engage if you want. Some people are shy, but we felt that, if we created like certain days so people know, then it's more fun, and when you're ready to post, you can post and whatnot. So
Yeah, it'll be exciting and fun. So I'll be doing the Tuesday right after this, and we will see you the week after next, right? January
29,
29th, Saturday,
5:30,
5:30 p.m.
Hawaii,
Hawaii time, or 7:30 if you're in the Pacific Coast. And if you're still up,
the
it'll be
East
10:30
Coast.
on the East Coast. You know that you'll be up. It's a Saturday night. What else can you do?
Thank you.
Ask for some tranquility. Thank you. Okay, take care.
Yes.
See you
Bye,
later.
guys.
Bye.